is the first Saturday in November, which means I go live and I have this Bible discussion that is relevant to where we are today. We apply biblical principles and stories of the Bible, and we just have a discussion about it. Um, I am here. I am LaToya J, and I try to go live the first Saturday of the month. And with it being the first Saturday in November, here we are. Today's discussion, I've been really heavenly hearing about community, whether that be leaning in on your community or whether that be um, being a community for others. So the story that I want to touch on is uh, concerns Moses, Aaron, and her. So there's this battle going on, and Moses is at the top of the mountain. And as long as his hands are up, they're winning the war, right? But his hands get tired, fatigued, his hands starts to drop, and they notice that that is when they start losing. So Aaron and her team up. They place a rock on both sides of Moses, and they're sitting there and they're holding Moses' hands up. And because of that, because of the team players that they were, and they noticed how their guy needed them and they stepped in. Because of that, the war was won. So um, this discussion will take place from Exodus 8 to 13. But just to kind of open things up, we go through seasons where we're doing all of the things, we're winning, we're striving, we are moving forward, we are being faithful in all things. However, life happens, and life has been happening for most, if not everyone. So, this is just looking at the idea of knowing that community is important. Leaning on your people is important. Being that person that someone can lean on is important. Identifying what godly support actually looks like and leaning into that. So, just to touch bases, like I said, we're going to talk about how there's strength in numbers, pretty much. Moses was out there, he was doing it, but we also learned that he could not do it alone. And therefore, his buddies came in and helped. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read briefly what it says in Exodus 17, and I'm going to start at uh, verse 10. It says, So Joshua did what Moses had commanded and fought the army of Amalek. Meanwhile, Moses, Aaron, and Hur climbed to the top of a nearby hill. As long as Moses held up the staff in his hand, the Israelites had the advantage. But whenever he dropped his hand, the Amalekites gained the advantage. Moses' arms soon became so tired he could no longer hold them up. So Aaron and Hur found a stone for him to sit on. Then they stood on each side of Moses, holding up his hands. So his hands held steady until sunset. As a result, Joshua overwhelmed the army of Amalek in the battle. How many of you have felt like you were winning, but something was draining you? How many felt like I am doing all of the things, but this is heavy? This is a heavy load to carry. And I don't have nobody to help. Or do you? And you just had to lean into them. The thing about this is where we are right now. constant war, constant movement, constant pressure, constant showing up, constant having to be there, and you are doing everything right, everything is going in your favor, but now I need help because I can't do this. Or you being the Aaron and her in in the situation, seeing that my friend over here, while they killing the game, they doing it. But I think that I can help support them in some type of way. I think it goes to show that we cannot do anything alone. And if we do, it doesn't last long. At some point, we have to reach out to others for support. To kind of back that up, you have the verse in Ecclesiastes 4:19. I'm gonna read it. Ecclesiastes 4:19. Is it 4:19? No, Ecclesiastes 4:9. Two people are better off than one, for they can help each other succeed. If one person falls, the other can reach out and help. But someone who falls alone is in real trouble. Listen, he was doing the thing, Moses, alone. When he got tired and fatigued, he started losing. Things changed when his friends stepped up and helped him along the side of ways. When you start slipping, when you start thinking, when you start having thoughts that aren't aligned with the way that you're supposed to be going, when your faith drifts, when you get tired and your energy fatigues, you lose ground, you lose focus, you lose the stamina and the endurance. You're going to need people that's right next to you to help gain that stability back, to gain that strength, the tenacity, everything that is needed to win the war. What what do you notice in yourself when you start getting tired? When your faith is is shaky, what is the evident sign that you need help? We see here that Moses' hands was getting limp. They was getting tired. They started dropping. What would be your physical sign that says, I need help. I'm getting tired out here. I'm struggling. Think about that. Also think about who your Aaron and hers could be in your life that could be that person for you to hold you up. Who's noticing that you've been struggling? Who's noticing that you've been off of your game? They may have reached out and be like, "Hey, what's going on? I noticed, things a little different. I ain't heard from you. I hadn't seen you." Who are those people that reach out to you that could be the Aaron and her for you? Because the honest truth behind this is that you have to be vulnerable in order to be seen and to be heard so that others can support you. If you are here like, "Oh, I'm good. I don't need nobody. I'm good." You're not gonna have nobody to help you. And then you can't go in your corner crying about nobody sees me, nobody hears me, nobody understands. They can if you open up. In this case, Moses, his appearance was fading right before them. They could see it. Some people can see you. Are you going to be honest when they ask you about what they see? And if they don't see it, are you going to take the mask off to let it be shown? Are you going to do that part? Another point is that community is really part of God's design. God did not create us to do life alone. We were created to be together. I think it's Genesis 2. where it says man should not, it is not good for man to be alone. That wasn't necessarily just talking about a husband and wife. That's about two people not designed to do life without someone there with them. Whether it be your sisters, whether it be your brothers, whether it be family, friends, a circle of community of people. You need people to carry out the mission that God has given you. So Genesis 2 and 18 was not just referring to husband, wife, man, woman. We're all to be together. No matter what your calling is, no matter what your purpose is, there is somebody that can help you alongside of it. When that warfare starts hitting, because you out here trying to do life on your own, and Satan is like, oh, bet, because she by herself. So I'm going to plant seeds in her mind. I'm going to make her believe this, and you ain't got nobody to draw you from that place. I mean, y'all out here about being independent. Independent is okay until you on some shaky ground and you need somebody to lift you up. Get people that support, get people that can strengthen you, get people that can see you, get people that will stand with you. There is a verse, Galatians. Where is it? Galatians 6 and 2. Share each other's burden, and in this way obey the law of Christ. Why do we think that it is so hard for people to ask for help? It clearly says that we are to share each other's burdens. We are to be there for one another. But why aren't people asking for help? And how can we as a people create a space where we can be there for each other to be the helpers that people need? People need community. We need community. We need each other. People need us. So how can we create a space within ourselves to be that for someone? Anything that God gives you to do in his divine plan and timing, it is to be done with people by our sides. We call those people destiny helpers. Helpers. They're there to help you. They're there to help guide you. Wars are never won by just one person. Come on, military people. It was an army. It was a group of people that had strategic plans. They went out and they fought together. And on that note, that's to say that somebody is in need of you. Who can count on you to hold them up? While we are praying for people to lift us, we also got to be praying that we are used and that we are in a position to help someone else. Be on the lookout. Keep your ear gates and your eye gates open. Keep them free from negative things so that you can be able to hear and see clearly and be able to reach out to that person that is in need. You got to be able to hear what they're saying or what they're not saying and be there to be some type of solution. There's a scripture that speaks on iron sharpening iron. As iron sharpens iron, so a person sharpens another person. It's in Proverbs. Who in your circle right now needs sharpening? Who in your circle needs you? In what practical ways can you show up to help them? That's the assignment for today, for next week, this month. Being a person that can be counted on and being open so that someone can help you. Sometimes, being there for somebody, just sending a quick prayer, you can send a message to them, you can do a phone call, meet up for dinner. All in all, this Bible text, going back to Moses, is that Moses was in the right place. He was doing the right things. He just got tired. He got fatigued. There were people counting on him to show up, and he did. But Aaron and her, who was in the background, saw what was happening and stepped in to help their brother Moses. How can we start building community where we can let people hold us up and that we can be there to hold someone else up? That is my November coffee and conversations, our Bible chat. Again, this is about community. This is about being there for others. And this is also about letting people be there for us. With that, I want to close out. I want to say thank you for tuning in. I also want to say that you open yourself up to receive, that God gives you the capacity to help others, but He also gives you the vulnerability to be helped. And on that note, I'm going to close out. You all have a great day. Happy November. Happy November. Recording stopped. It's ended.